The conference room fell quiet the moment he stepped in. No words, no rush. Just footsteps, slow, steady, and sure. Chairs stopped creaking. Fingers froze above keyboards. Even the loudest voices lowered, as if something invisible had entered. Not noise, not light, but presence. He didn't speak, didn't smile, didn't nod. He simply walked to the far end of the table, pulled out a chair, and sat down. All eyes were on him. The air felt different now, thicker, like every person was suddenly aware of how they were sitting, breathing, behaving. A senior manager who'd been mid-sentence paused and cleared his throat, suddenly unsure. No one told them to be quiet, but they were. He hadn't said a single word. The room now belonged to him, and no one could explain why. No loud entrance, no big speech, just one silent move, and the balance shifted. Most people spend years trying to grab attention. He didn't chase it, he pulled it. This is not just about confidence, it's something deeper, something anyone can learn. But first you need to know who he was before all this. Just a year ago, that same man couldn't even hold eye contact in a room like that. His name is Adam. In every meeting, every gathering, he was the one people looked past. Not because they were cruel, but because he was easy to ignore. His voice, always just a little too soft. His words, always buried under someone else's. When he walked into a room, no heads turned. No one paused mid-sentence. It was as if he wasn't even there. Adam wasn't weak, but he felt small. He'd watch others, louder, more confident, take over conversations, crack jokes, control the space without even trying. And no matter how much he tried to join in, his presence got lost. His ideas got brushed aside. His confidence cracked more each time. He'd stand in front of the mirror, straightening his tie, trying to believe he belonged, but deep down, a voice always whispered, "You're not the one they notice." In his mind, respect was something only the bold had. The loud ones, the ones who filled the room with noise. So he stayed quiet. He stayed invisible. But what Adam didn't know was that silence, when used the right way, can be louder than words. And the day he learned that, everything started to change. For most of his life, Adam carried that invisible weight, the quiet ache of being unnoticed. It wasn't about wanting fame. He didn't crave attention for the sake of it. He just wanted to be seen. To walk into a room and not feel like background noise. To speak and have his words land, not float away, lost, ignored. To sit at the table and feel like his presence mattered. But the more he stayed in the shadows, the heavier it got. There were moments that stung more than others. Like the time his idea, the one he shared quietly, was dismissed only to be praised later when someone louder repeated it. Or when his colleagues gathered, laughing, connecting, and he stood just outside the circle, smiling, nodding, invisible. It wasn't just work, it was everywhere. Friends, strangers, even family sometimes. The feeling followed him. At first, he told himself, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. But deep inside, frustration burned. And beneath that shame, the shame of knowing he had potential, that he had something to say, but no one cared enough to notice. The world rewards the bold, or so he thought. But Adam didn't want a fake arrogance. He didn't want to become someone else. What he wanted was quiet power, the kind that didn't shout, the kind that didn't beg for approval, the kind that could command a room without ever raising a voice. What he didn't know then was that it was possible, and soon life would show him how. The breaking point came on a cold Thursday morning. Adam had spent nights preparing for that meeting, running through every point, rehearsing every sentence. It wasn't just another work presentation. It was his chance to finally be noticed. For once, he wanted to walk into that room and own his space. His hands shook slightly as he connected his laptop to the screen. His heart raced, but he told himself, "Stay calm, you've got this." He started speaking. The first few sentences stumbled out, but he kept going, clinging to his notes like a life raft. But halfway through it happened. A senior executive, seated near the front, pulled out his phone, scrolled, whispered to the person next to him. One by one, eyes drifted away. Murmurs filled the space. Laptops clicked open. Private chats began. Adam's voice grew quieter, weaker. It didn't matter how good his ideas were. No one was listening. By the end, the room wasn't even pretending to care. His final words hung in the air, empty, unheard. The manager stood, barely glancing his way. "Thanks, Adam," he said, already turning to the next speaker. It stung deeper than he expected. Walking back to his seat, Adam felt smaller than ever. All the effort, all the preparation, and still invisible. That night, staring at his reflection, the old voice returned, sharper this time. "You'll never command a room." And for the first time, Adam believed it. What he didn't know, failure wasn't the end. Sometimes it's the first crack, where the real shift begins. That same evening, as Adam sat alone in a quiet cafe, nursing the sting of humiliation, an older man at the next table caught his attention. The man wasn't talking loudly. He wasn't even moving much, yet people noticed him. A group of younger men nearby kept stealing glances his way. The waiter spoke to him with quiet respect. Even strangers seemed drawn to his calm, steady presence. Adam couldn't help but wonder, what is it about him? Their eyes met for a brief moment. No smile, no nod, just presence. And that's when the man said, almost reading Adam's thoughts, "It's not your words, it's how you carry yourself." Confused, Adam asked, "What do you mean?" The man leaned back, his voice steady. Most people chase attention. They speak louder, move faster, hoping to be seen. But the ones who truly command space, they don't run after attention. They slow everything down. He paused. "Stillness," he added. "Silence. That's what makes people lean in." Adam listened, really listened. The man explained how silence can shift power. How steady eye contact, relaxed posture, and measured movements speak louder than words. It wasn't about pretending to be someone else. It was about understanding one simple truth. When you stop chasing respect, it starts to come to you. That night, a seed was planted in Adam's mind. A quiet trick, a silent move, and soon he would learn to use it. The next few weeks felt strange. Adam wasn't used to slowing down. His old habits screamed for him to rush, to fill the silence, to fidget, to speak just to be heard. But now, he tried something different. The first time was at a small team meeting. His heart thudded hard against his ribs as he walked in. Slower than usual, shoulders straight, eyes steady. He said nothing, just sat down calm still. It felt unnatural. His palms itched. His throat tightened with the urge to speak first, to prove he belonged, but he waited. And that's when he noticed it. A few curious glances, a slight pause in the room. It wasn't much, but it was real. Days turned into weeks. Adam kept practicing. When others filled the room with noise, he stayed steady. When people laughed to hide nerves, he simply observed. No forced smiles, no nervous movements. The small wins stacked up. In conversations, people started leaning toward him, waiting for his words. In meetings, when he finally spoke, heads turned, not because he was loud, but because they had been waiting. It wasn't perfect. There were awkward moments. His heart still raced, but with every quiet entrance, every steady pause, something inside him shifted. The room began to respond to his silence, his stillness. And for the first time, Adam wasn't chasing attention. It was starting to find him. It happened on a rainy evening, under the cold glow of the office lights. The company's biggest client had arrived. Sharp suits, sharp eyes, and the conference room buzzed with nervous energy. People shuffled papers, adjusted their ties, voices overlapping, rushing to sound important. Adam sat quietly at the end of the long table. His heartbeat thudded in his ears, but his face stayed calm, steady. The client's eyes scanned the room. Quick glances, judging, measuring. And then they landed on Adam. It wasn't because he spoke. He hadn't said a word yet. It was the stillness, the quiet confidence, the kind of presence that didn't need noise to be felt. The manager introduced the team, words flying by. But when Adam's name was mentioned, the client's gaze returned to him. For a second, everything slowed. No one interrupted. No one rushed to fill the silence. Adam stood, not fast, not hesitant, his movements controlled, his posture straight. His eyes met the client's, steady, grounded, and in that pause the energy shifted. People noticed, the room noticed. When Adam finally spoke, his words were calm, few, but they landed. The loud ones stayed quiet. The ones who always dominated leaned back, watching him take space. Not with noise, but with silent control. For the first time, Adam didn't feel invisible. For the first time, he commanded the room, and he didn't have to chase it. That night, as Adam walked home beneath the city lights, the sound of rain tapping gently on his coat, something felt different. For years, he had chased it. The respect, the recognition, the feeling of being seen. He thought it was about saying the right words, being loud, being impressive. But it was never about that. It wasn't about fancy speeches or forcing people to listen. It was about how he carried himself when he wasn't speaking. The stillness, the calm, the quiet space that made others lean in, wondering, who is this person who doesn't rush, doesn't chase, doesn't beg to be noticed? Adam smiled to himself, a small, knowing smile. He wasn't the same man who stumbled through that failed presentation, the one whose voice shook, whose eyes darted around the room searching for approval. That version was gone. In its place stood someone who understood something simple, yet powerful. Real presence doesn't shout. It waits, it listens, it commands, not through noise, but through control, through silent confidence. Adam realized he never needed to fight for space. He simply had to own it quietly. And now he did. Maybe you felt the same way as Adam once did, sitting in a room, invisible, speaking, but no one really listening, trying to fit in, trying to prove yourself, yet somehow it never lands. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, but here's the truth, the same truth Adam learned: respect isn't handed out to those who chase it. It flows to those who carry themselves with quiet certainty. And you don't need to be loud or aggressive or someone you're not. You already have everything it takes to command a room without saying a word. It starts the moment you walk in. Your shoulders straight, your steps steady, your eyes calm, not darting around, not searching for approval, but grounded, present. You don't rush to fill the silence. You let the room notice you. And trust me, they will. It feels strange at first. You'll doubt yourself. You'll want to slip back into old habits, over-explaining, forcing conversations, chasing attention. But if you stay still, if you hold your ground, something shifts. And when it does, you'll feel it. That silent power, it's already inside you. You just have to let it speak without saying a word. So try it once. Walk into that room. Say nothing. Let your presence speak for you. Feel the shift in the energy, in how people look at you, in how you start to look at yourself. You'll never be the same again. And when that moment comes, remember where it started. If this hit home for you, drop a comment below, hit like, and subscribe for more real lessons, shown, not told.